I'm proud to have here today the Vice Presidential candidate, Antonio Diaz.
I'm Antonio Diaz, a write-in candidate for the candidacy of the Vice Presidency for the United States, and we're conducting a Poor People's Campaign out of Texas. And the reason that we're doing this is we feel, or myself, in conversations with Red Smith and his candidacy for the presidency of the United States as a write-in candidate, is that the voters, the taxpayers, the working class people at this point are very much disenfranchised and don't have a voice, truly don't have a choice. So Red and I, in our relationship as friends and as activists in trying to uphold the dignity and human rights of all people, decided to do this. And we need not only your vote, but your support in this candidacy to actually give everyone out there a choice for write-in candidates for the presidency of the United States. What really inspired me to do this is Red's perseverance in attempting to get on the ballot. It is going to be up to you that see this YouTube video to contact the district court here in San Antonio and get Red Smith onto that ballot. Like I said, that was my inspiration, standing next to him down at the federal courthouse, trying to get on the ballot and being instructed that a judge has the power to omit a candidate, to say, you cannot be placed on the ballot, don't even bring up the issue. I believe it is up to the people, not to one man to tell the people that they don't have this right to vote for a candidate that wishes to put his head on the shopping block, because that's what basically we're doing, in order so that people can have a voice and a choice. For me, as a human rights activist, it was a clear choice, and like I said, an inspiration at that point to say, Red is going to be denied. And I told Red at that point, it's not just you being denied, it's the people being denied the choice to vote for you. And that's why I'm very glad to be here with you, Red, and very glad to tell the people that I accept you nominating me for your VP, and we're following the process. The electoral signatures have been turned in. They said they're late, but what do we say about that?
We say that we have filed 2 separate lawsuits, but first let me say that Antonio Diaz is one of the great human rights leaders here in South Texas and San Antonio. And it was a great honor for me to talk with him and ask him to be the vice presidential candidate. Antonio Diaz is one of the great civil rights leaders working today. He is the co-founder of the Cesar Chavez March for Justice here in San Antonio. And in my opinion, he is one of the best qualified candidates to lead our nation today when you compare Antonio with the other vice presidential candidates. As Antonio said, it is so important that you and I stand up for civil rights and human rights, and it is your chance right now today to get involved and to develop this write-in campaign. You as an elector, you as a voter, you're not an elector necessarily for the office of the Electoral College, but you're a voter, and you can demand that you have the right to choose a candidate as a write-in candidate for any office that you want. When you go to the polls on November 4th, that is your right to write in the name of anyone you want for any office. And no local polling station or local election officer can deny you that right. So that's what we're asking you today, is that you get involved and decide that you want to be a voter that chooses a write-in candidate for President and Vice President of the United States.